Alright, how's it going everyone? Back at it again with the new video. Your friendly neighborhood soldier main man here, Ray, and I will present to you a series of clips and ask you a series of questions, and you better pay attention and buckle up because this is gonna be pretty fast paced. Have you ever been on a server and you got killed by Pyro and you just don't know how he was even there? I mean, what are Pyros in this game? They're just like this genetic mutated thing by Valve. Like, I don't know, it reminds me of Leela from Futurama, and I probably shouldn't have made that joke because it's offensive and people might get offended, but nevertheless, the soldier man, he can ambush people, he can airshot people. We all know that, we all love doing that. Unfortunately, not everyone gets the hang of it, but you eventually do. The more you play soldier, the more fun you have playing him. So I guess at this point you might be telling yourself, alright, I get it, but what sets the Liberty Launcher apart from any other rocket launcher, any other conventional rocket launcher that the soldier has in its arsenal and might be tempted to use, or that you usually use? If you're a stock rocket launcher man, I have nothing against you, except some people overlook this weapon and some people overlook how useful it actually is in terms of having fun, in terms of airshotting people. I think because the rocket goes naturally a lot faster, it becomes very easy to airshot, and it's a lot more fun because you also have that splash damage and you don't need to really pinpoint your targets as much as is necessary with something like the direct hit. So in a lot of ways this weapon is a hybrid between the rocket launcher and the direct hit, except the only big downside that it has is that it doesn't do as much damage. And in a situation where you would have enemies running at you and you would have Pyros, for example, running at you, or scouts running at you, you can always pull out the shotgun, which I think works in conjunction with this weapon. It works very well. You would have more bullets and more ammo to dish out, and essentially it would be very useful, and you can be very versatile with it. Of course, you probably wouldn't trust me unless I show you a clip of me actually doing well with it, and of course there's a lot of that, but I had to do a little digging around, and I found this from an actual platinum game that I had, which was, the announcer man does say pub, but I think he was a little bit, I think this clip was, they make mistakes sometimes, and I think it really exemplifies how good I am at soldier. And maybe after seeing this, you'll be convinced that the Liberty Launcher in any situation is pretty versatile. So let's have a look here. Let's play the clip.
Announcer man FUNKe here, casting over some soldier gameplay in a pub by Ray. He's gonna be jumping in trying to get an air shot, but it looks like he completely misses the shot. Don't know how he actually managed just to flub that. Why did I come here if he didn't even have any good footage to be covering? Oh, I bet you're gonna get that Uber charge too. Yeah. Oh, that's great. And and now you're getting crits too. You're asking me to cast over something which is just barely any decent footage at all. Go use an actual rocket launcher. This is FUNKe signing off.
And this brings us to today. We have the Liberty Launcher, which is pretty much a soldier's wet dream when it comes to massacring people with the Market Gardener, which I do sometimes. Sometimes it happens, but for the times that it doesn't, which is pretty much 90% of the other time, it's alright because I have another rocket to work with. This change was pretty much added in the gunmetal update, and it's one of the most important changes that the Liberty Launcher saw. Now, there are other statistics such as a plus 40% projectile speed and a minus 25% blast damage from rocket jumps, as well as a minus 25% damage penalty. But the reason why I mentioned the rocket, that extra rocket, is so crucial because if you think about it, it can get you out of situations where you would have otherwise just died to a Pyro because you didn't have enough rockets, and I find that using it in conjunction with the shotgun is incredibly powerful and incredibly good. Now, don't get me wrong here, it's totally fine if you're a player that likes to use the rocket launcher from time to time, or if you're a god and you can aim all your shots with the direct hit. I'm just saying, you don't need to have that pitch perfect aim with the Liberty Launcher, and let's be real here, it accomplishes everything that the rocket launcher and the direct hit can do, except you just need to be a little more versatile with where you aim your rockets. And honestly, if you got that down, you have a pretty overpowered rocket launcher, to say the least. The only reason I'm saying that, yes, it is a bit of a stretch, don't get me wrong, but honestly, I just feel like the positives of this gun outweigh its negatives, where I feel like it would do equally well if it had 4 shots, maybe increase the damage a little bit, I don't know. In all honesty, everything that makes Soldier for me is the ability to pop and shot people in the air, and that's just so satisfying for me, shooting them in the air, popping them up. And don't get me wrong, you can do this with the direct hit as well. It's incredibly satisfying with either of these weapons. You got a soldier jumping out at you? No, No. You see him? No. Just reject him. You gotta say, boy, I got my milkshake ready, I got my ice cream ready under my bed. If no one wants to go to the prom with me, I'm all set. I don't need you in my life right now, so you could just take a step back for a second. The fact that the rockets actually go faster and have the firing speed that they do, it's very easy to just sneak up behind the enemies and completely ambush a point. You can see right here, completely clearing all these guys off the point. And I feel good about it. If it was a rocket launcher, yes, I probably honestly could have done the same thing, but I think that one extra rocket really made it for me. And the fact that they go faster really negate your enemy from reacting to your shot, because by the time they do, hell, they're already dead. And if that's not good enough, you can always pull out the shotgun and reject any scout that's running at you. Bro, I already told you, I'm set for prom. I got my ice cream. It's cool. I simply couldn't end this video not talking and not referencing the reserve shooter in this, because it is intended to be used in conjunction with the Liberty launcher. The reserve shooter, it's alright. I like popping people into the air, but if you are a decent soldier and you just get enough hours, you will eventually get to the point where you are able to air shot them. Just look at this. Just look at this shot. This I think this really exemplifies my soldier skills up until this point. So now that you've seen that, you already know how cool of a soldier I am. I pretty much have all the cool kids hanging around me. And yeah, man, what else can I say? It is a reliable rocket launcher. It does its job. Yes, sure, you can, if you're in a confrontation with a direct hit soldier or a normal rocket launcher soldier, yes, you might lose if they're able to aim their shots just a little bit more than you, but honestly, just like any soldier mains, you gotta remember, aim at the ground more. So, with that being said, I'd like to end off this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and what I do, and if you'd like to see more of these weapon reviews, maybe more satirical in the future, please let me know in the comments below. And as always, peace guys. Cheers.